Alrighty. We are back again with some more Pokemon Null. Coming off the heels from yesterday, where we started our first attempt. We're doing pretty good all the way up to Roxanne's gym, and then got extremely bad luck and wiped to the last trainer before Roxanne herself. Which I mean feels a little bad. We had a really good Morpeko, which is I think from what I've seen, one of the S tier encounters. Um, so, but I mean, there's tons of encounters in this game, so I'm excited to just run it back and see what other encounters we get for attempt 2, because definitely plenty to go around. Let's see. I think I need a new script though. My script is not working too well for importing. Let me see here. Yeah, let me just do that really quick. Because I like using HZLA's I like using his dynamic calc. Let's see. Let's just download this. So let me exit out really quick. Let's see. All right, hopefully reloading it makes it work. Let's see. Load script. Alright, I don't know if that actually worked or not. But let's just go ahead and get another attempt going here. The early battles don't seem super difficult, so we can kind of just speed run through. Alright, let's go here. Go over here. Talk to Brendan. Alright, we're gonna stick with Fennekin, at least until we make it past the first gym. if we wipe again. Oh! I didn't put the name on. That's fine. We can change that very easily. Let's just change the battle speed. I don't really want to fast forward through the battles too much. But let's go ahead and see what encounters we roll. I think we want to stick with going for grass here. Let me just get you leveled up. Alright, let's see. Little Root. Snivy, alright. Interesting. So we're gonna stick with the city name theme for now. Let me pull up what I have logged here. Let's see, let's go with Versailles. Alright, cool. Got that. Let's go down here to the Grove. Spiel, alright. I'll take a Spiel. Like this guy. It's doing quite a little hard to catch. Alright, there we go. Alright, Spiel. Go with long gear, bien. Perfectly fits. Cool. Alright, now let's get our 101 encounter. I want to heal up first really quick. Alright, let's see. Route 101. Apom, nice. I like this guy. Technician, fake outs. Will come pretty useful. Ambipom. Let's go with... Will this fit? maybe. Not with a space. I think we could fit capitals. Yeah. Rio de Janeiro. Perfect. Alright, now we got Oldale for fire type. Ooh, Fletchling. That's a really good encounter. Alright. Let's see. It's a good one for Talonflame. I think, yeah, Phoenix fits pretty perfectly. Alright, cool. Alright, Oldale Grove. Let's see what we get here. Mashiff. Interesting. First time using this guy. Let's go with Glasgow. Alright, cool. Alright, let's see it then. For 103, I did grass last time, but I might want to do... I may want to do... fishing instead. We do get a guaranteed grass type. But we could also get a chance at an Arctovish or a Lapras, which I feel like could be pretty good. I already have Snivy as a grass type, so oh, actually we also have Spheal too. Let's check these IVs really quick though. Naughty. Wow, almost max attack. Not really what you want for this guy though. Relaxed, thick fat. Take that. Technician. Perfect. Decent stats. We'll like to see that. Timid, hate that, but this has Gale Wings. Yeah, minus attack kind of sucks on this, but plus speed, 0 speed though. Not what you want to see for this guy. And then Brave, plus attack. We'll take it. Let's just go with grass. We already have a water ice type. Shroomish. Nice. Get a grass. Get a fighting type to round off the box. Nice. Alright, Breloom. Let's go with Kunming. Alright, cool. And then let's get our Verdendurf Tunnel. A Alolan Geodude, okay. Alright. We had regular Geodude last time. This thing has rollout, probably. Alright, good. Hits. Let's go with... Rake. Javik. Alright, cool. Got our starting box. Let's check out these guys here. Quirky. Alright, low attack, low speed, not great, but good HP, good defense. We'll take it. This also has Poison Heal, which is nice. This is Sturdy. Minimum speed, which I think is fine for this guy. We'll take it. Sturdy can be pretty useful. Alright, cool. And before I forget... let's change Delphox's nickname, or Fennekin, to Delphi. Before I forget. Or Delphi. And let's get everybody leveled up. Wrap. Big Tornado. Rapid Spin, Ice Ball. Sure. Fake Out, perfect. Quick Attack Peck. Snarl. Trailblaze. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Alright, cool. Let's move these guys. Get you leveled up. Spark, Rock Throw. Mega Drain. Alright, cool. Alright, for the first guy... let's bring these guys. Alright, nice. Still max speed on this Fennekin as well. Love to see that. Should be all good to go now. Let me see if the sync button actually works now. No, not really. I'll just have to read from the save. Something's messing up the script here. I don't know what it is. It's fine. We'll make it work. Let's pre-poison. Yeah, we still have Magic Guard. We'll pre-poison you because we have Poison Heal. And we'll lead you for the Oshawott. Alright. Let's get this going. I'll start with just Mega Drains. Encore, perfectly fine. Blitzen. We can just go here. Rock throw. Easy. Riolu. I think we just go back to back here. Yeah, we're just gonna stomp on this guy. Poison Heal is such a broken ability. Alright, cool. Easy peasy. Alright. Go back up here. Alright, now we can do the trainer school. But we can't pre-status for this. So why don't we lead you? Yeah, this should be perfectly fine. We have Oran berries now already. We should. Yeah, we can just give everyone an Oran. Alright. Let's try. Let's see, are we already up at the next level cap? Let me see. I don't think so. Yeah, no, we're fine. Alright. Let's take you on Ren. see. Paldean Whooper. Yeah, this thing doesn't have much for us, but we can just start off with a fake out. And he's got leftovers. I guess we could just go for Astonishes. Nice. Let's just stop Toxic Stall. Should probably switch now then. Oh, we should be fine. Yeah. Good. Swinub. Swinub, this guy. What does this guy have? Yeah, it doesn't have too much for us. Just has Stealth Rock, so we should probably just go straight to Spheal here. Bulldoze. Oh, that's a big crit. Let's Chilling Water. Oh, back-to-back crits. Love to see it. So let's just go. Let's just go here. It's an interesting back sprite. Trailblaze. Nice. And then Ninkata. What does this guy have? Yeah, this guy definitely has Leech Life, which will do quite a bit of damage. This guy actually has really good coverage for me. Yeah, this guy's actually kind of threatening. You should be always going for a Leech Life, though. And Stealth Rocks are also up. This is actually a little dangerous here. What do we do here? Let's see, if I could do some damage onto it and swap in on Fennekin, I can outspeed KO with Ember. But how am I gonna do that? Man, I really should have brought Fletchling. Let's see. I can maybe pivot through Geodude. Actually, is it just worth trying to stay in and dodge crit? It might be. Yeah, because then if I do enough damage with Mischief, then I can KO with Fennekin. So I think we just go for the Snarl here for damage. Don't crit. Okay, nice. Oh, but he regains health anyway. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, man. Man, wow, I'm in a tough spot already. Okay, well, I think I gotta do this then. Pivot through Geodude on a Leech Life into Shroomish. I think we try to... We're slower, right? So we can try to Stun Spore. I think that's probably the play. Oh no, wait, it's a ground type though. Does Stun Spore work on ground types? I don't think so. Yeah, we have to try to just attack here. Mega Drain. Get some damage. Go to Fennekin, and then hopefully we KO. Oh, he slept. We'll take that. Hey, there we go. We made it out. That was scary. Very first Ninja Boy. Already starting off with a bang. Alright, we can get everyone to the next cap though. Icy Wind. Fight. Roar, no. Tickle. Sure. Let's get the others here. Flail. That could be interesting. Fletchender. Servine. Alright, cool. Alright, here, let's bring you and you instead. And then we can import that here. Let's see. Who would be the best lead? Probably... Probably you for Intimidate. Usually pretty good lead. Alright, let's try this. Alright, let's go Levi. Let's see, Nidoran, female, okay. That's a pretty good lead for us. think we could just go for bite. Interesting. This has Super Fang. Let's see. Hey, how's it going, Robin? Good to see you. It's been a little bit. Hope you've been doing alright. Let's see what would be good for this. I think we could just stay in. Try to get a flinch. No, that's fine. Oh! Wait, what? It outsped us. Oh, we were speed tied. I didn't even see that. Oh, man. Oh, already off to a mistake here. Hate to see that. Alright, Minchino. This thing. What does this thing have? Yeah, doubles. Wait, this thing has skill link, double slap. It's pretty threatening. Let's go, Geodude. Let's Spark. This should be fine. Alright, cool. Ball toy. I think we could just go here. Extra sensory, we can just Mega Drain. Yeah, this should be fine. Power Split, interesting. Alright, there we go. Alright, one death though already, it's not too great. We do have the next level cap though. Box this guy. Already down a dark type, that's not fantastic, but it should be fine. Let's get everyone else leveled up here. We do get Breloom now, which is pretty nice. Mach Punch. Slam. Don't need that. Flame Burst. Brine. Yeah, we could teach that. Aurora Beam. Let's see. I want that over Icy Wind. Or Chilling Water. Yeah, Icy Wind's pretty good. I think I'll get rid of Chilling Water. Alright, cool. Let's see, Thunder Punch. I think you evolve, yep. Alright, cool. And let's get you leveled up as well. Fury swipes. Yeah, this is a new ROM hack that I just started. It's called Pokemon Null. It includes everything up to the most recent generation, including all the new megas. So it looks really cool, and it also's got a ton of no, it's actually not randomized. It just has a ton of encounters available. So yeah, every attempt there's just a ton of variety. So it makes doing each new attempt that much more fun. Because I have a completely different box this attempt than I did the last one. Yeah, man, I would recommend it if you're interested. I would definitely recommend this. I've only played like a little bit, but it's already been a lot of fun so far. Alright, let's try the next one here. Let's see, do we keep a poison heal on this guy? Well, that's actually really nice. Let's see. Let's just lead Breloom and see what happens. The first few fights in this game it's interesting. It's 3 trainers that after each one your level cap increases. And it's just 3 random mons, so it's just like kind of like a unique way of getting introduced and started into the game. So it doesn't really matter who I lead. It's going to be completely random. Alright, last Videl. Totodile, oh, this is perfect for us. Yeah, this thing doesn't have anything crazy. It does have Ice Punch, but we're not dead to crit, so I think we could just start with a Headbutt first. Try to get the flinch. Not quite. And then we can go Mega Drain. Yeah, no, right. This has physical special split. The mechanics are it's all the way up to Gen 9 mechanics. So it's pretty modernized. Let's see. This guy. What do you have? You have Avalanche. I definitely don't want to attack with you. Let's see. I think we could go... This guy is a little scary. This also has a Lumberry, so I can't... I can't status it. Yeah, if I don't have a clean one-shot with this. So if I go for Avalanche, it would be pretty bad. So I could probably do some damage with Spheal and then go back. Yeah, let's try that. This is Avalanche, yeah. We'll go for an Icy Wind. It's gonna Dragon Claw. Oh, nice crit. Alright, well, now he sees KO with Dig and either Dig or Dragon Claw, but we should be able to go back to Breloom pretty safely here. Shouldn't Avalanche. Yep, goes for Dig. So now we should be able to KO with a Mach Punch. Nice. Alright, Dottler. This guy has... What do you have? He's got Iron Defense Body Press. That's pretty interesting. That would actually do quite a bit of damage to us. Let's see if we can get a Stun Spore on this. Okay, nice. And we should probably go... Let's see, who does the most? Probably... Delphi. Yeah, there's the Iron Defense. Okay, perfect. We should be able to KO now. Nice. Alright. Now we just have one more. At the next level cap. Alright. Let's see. Let's get everyone leveled up again. Force Palm. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we could do that over Headbutt. Body Slam. I think we're good with that. Scorching Sands. Definitely teach that. Roost. Let's see, Leaf Blade, nice. Let's go, yeah. Go to you. Rock Tomb. Alright. That's good. Let's see, when does a Palm evolve? Let me see. Oh, he evolves at level 30. So we get Ambipom pretty early here. That's pretty cool. Aerial Ace. Yeah, we got Technician. So Technician Aerial Ace is pretty juicy. Alright, that looks good. Alright, let's update that. I think we just lead Breloom again. We can give... We should have berry juices, yeah. Let's give those. Alright. Let's go ahead and take on the last trainer here for the academy. We got Itachi. Alright, Elekid lead. This thing... It's got light screen. It's probably just gonna go for... It's probably just gonna go for Cross Chop. We can go for Force Palm. Or Volt Switch, interesting. That's fine too. Frogadier. Let's see, what does Frogadier have? Let's see, where's this at? Frogadier. There you are. Yeah, this has bounce. So, definitely want to switch. And this has Libero. So let's go... Let's just go to... this guy. And then try to KO with T-Punch. We should be able to live crit. Yeah, just barely. Okay, so I think Elekid comes back in. Yeah, he's probably going to go for another Cross Chop. So, I think we could just go back to Breloom. Okay, yep. That's perfectly fine. Let's Force Palm again. Oh, perfect. Yeah, definitely take that. Look at Tongue. This thing shouldn't be too threatening to us. Yeah, I think we could just Force Palm this as well. Nice. Now it's just you. Cross Chop. We'll take that. And then I think we could just Mach Punch. Alright, cool. Made it past the academy. And we're at the max level cap. So we should have full evos now. So let's level up everybody. And we do get Golem. Body Slam. I think we need that. I think we're good on that. Got this guy. And we also get Superior. We get Talonflame. Natural Gift. think we need that. Flame charge, though. Let's get that for sure. Teleport. Get Delphox. And Psybeam. Get Celio. And this guy gets Super Fang. Which could be pretty useful, but I think we'll skip on that. Let's see, Faint. No. Alright, that looks good, and then we also get Ambipom. Let's see, low kick. Yeah, let's get that. Alright, cool. And that should be good. So let's read this here. Now we could take on the first guy. And now we could actually pre-damage and pre-status. So we could lead Superior to KO with KO the barrel. We should probably bait probably Dustox. Which means that it would probably set up Tailwind. But I think that would be perfectly fine. Yeah, I think we could just go Delphox either way. We should always bait Quagsire. And Quagsire we can use for Lumon. And then Sableye we can probably just go back to Delphox, yeah. Yeah, so this should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, so we'll lead you. You still have Poison Heal, right? Yep. And let's just put Aspear Berries on you and for you. should be able to beat up these guys pretty well. Aqua Grunt. Super Barrel, we just one-shot with Leaf Blade on Superior. So there's Spade's Dust Tonks, which will probably set up a Tailwind. Which is perfectly fine. I think we could just go to Talonflame. Yeah, I think Tailwind works against this. Let me see. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Tailwind still gives us priority. Alright, so this should be Quagsire. Quagsire should only see KO with Aqua Tail. Yeah, so we can go to Breloom here. We have Poison Heal, which is super broken. We can just go for Mega Drains. We'll probably Curse, maybe. Or go for Ice Punch. Perfectly fine. And then now it's just Sableye, who is probably just gonna go for Psychic. So we can just go to Delphox and wrap it up from here. Yeah, Taunt perfectly fine, we just Mystical Fire. Nice. Not bad at all. Alright, now we got Route 103. Oh no, Route 102 open to us. Which, again, Grass gives us guaranteed flying type. Or we can go fishing for guaranteed water type. We do have Fletchling duped in the grass. So that's something. I think last time I got Swablu here, which wasn't super useful. Yeah, let's just go with the grass. Alright, let's see what we get here. Alright, we got a Ducklet. Guess we'll take that. I don't remember the last time I've used a Ducklet. Oh, that's Defog. That's actually pretty useful. Alright, cool. Alright, Swanna. Let's go Copenhagen. Alright, cool. see. Oh, this is no guard, but this is minus special attack. Kind of hate to see that. Definitely the worst nature for this guy. But we do get guaranteed accurate hurricanes and water hydro pumps for this guy. Let's see. Wing attack. Water pulse. Aerial ace. Bubble beam. Feather dance. Yeah, let's teach that over Icy Wind, I think. Aqua Ring, no. Air Slash. Yeah. Roost. Kind of running out of move slots. Defog is definitely... want to keep that. And Feather Dance can come pretty in handy. But I don't have any shell armor on, so... I think I'll teach Roost instead. Swanna? Aqua Jet? No. Okay. Yeah, I think Copenhagen works pretty well for this guy. Alright, well, he doesn't have any broken moves yet, so I don't think he's going to be that useful so far. Alright, let's see. We have Route 102 trainers now. Leads with an Oinkoloing. Let's see. Probably just lead... Probably just lead Breloom, which will bait Talonflame. We just use Golem for that. Yeah, I think this looks fine. That should be fine. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't want to toxic you. Cool. And we'll lead you. Alright. First trainer. Calvin. Needs an Oinkoloin. Start with a Forest Palm. Nice. Perfect. Another. Sprint Talonflame in. We just go... we go Alolan Golem. And I think we just can KO with any move here. Go for Rock Tomb. That brings in Gumshoes, which I think we could just stay in and Thunder Punch twice. Oh, perfect. It's... well, goodbye. Pretty straightforward so far. Let's see, next one is the Lumineon lead. Which we actually, Superior just straight up outspeed in one shots. So we could do that. This would probably bait... probably Butterfree. We get pre-damage to show KO with Acrobatics. And then I think we could just go Alolan Golem, which I think would bait... Spidops. Which I think I could also just keep in. Yeah, these guys all seem pretty... not too bad. Let's lead... Who are we leading again? We're leading Superior. Pre-damaged to 80 HP. Yeah. Toxic. Toxic. Alright, next trainer. We got Benny. We just outspeed one-shot Lumineon with a Leaf Blade. Bring in Butterfree. For pre-damage to always show KO with Acrobatics. We just go to Golem. Yep, perfect. And then we can just Rock Tomb. U-turn, that's perfect for us actually. This thing gets outsped. Yeah, Butterfree comes back in. just Rock Tomb again. Yep, and this guy just keeps sending his men for slaughter. Alright, cool. Yeah, the typing on Alolan Golem is actually pretty nice. Rock Electric has some pretty nice advantages. Alright, next one is the Arboliva. This thing... I think we could just lead Breloom again. Yeah, we'll lead Breloom. Breloom would bait... probably Comfy? Or Draining Kiss. We can just go... So we could probably just go Superior. Yeah, or... Delphox. I think Delphox is good. Delphox would probably bait... Clodsire? Clodsire, we can go... I think Ambipom could work. Or Talonflame. And then Helioptile is the scary one though. I think... yeah, we have plenty of options. Yeah, so let's lead you. Alright. Veneer would have been an interesting encounter. Oh, we also have another encounter here, too. But we can do that in a second. Let's just take on Joey here first. Alright, so let's Force Palm. Nice. Mach Punch. I guess it does have more priority. A little unfortunate. Yeah, that was a bad play. It's alright, Poison Heal is a broken ability. Let's see, we can just go... Delphox. Draining Kiss, perfectly fine. We just use Mystical Fires. Alright, cool. Heliolisk comes in. Let's see, what are you gonna go for? Probably Parabolic Charge. You could either stay in, or we could go to... go to Superiors also. Yeah, let's go Superior. There's the Parabolic Charge. Take that. Go for Leaf Blade. Let's see. We should not be dead to Leaf Blade. Swift Crit. Yeah, we're fine. Go for another Leaf Blade for the kill. This brings in Clodsire. Probably going for Poison Tail. Let's see, we could... I think we could just go... Yeah, let's just try going Ambipom. Yeah, Poison Tail. Start with a Fake Out. And Fury Swipes. Nice. Ooh, double crit. Ooh, triple crit! Great job, Rio. Love to see that. Alright, we could take a look at the grotto here. Or the grove, I should say. This is a guaranteed poison type. We can just go ahead and catch this really quick. Let's see what we get here. Salandit, interesting. I'm getting my whole run-and-bun team. I mean, if this still gets Encore, let's see. To land it. Let's go with Pompeii. Alright, cool. Alright, one more trainer till Petalburg. Let's level this guy up here. Fake out. Oh, this gets fake out. Interesting. That's very interesting. Double slap. Flame burst. Toxic. Get Salazzle. And we get Venoshock. Nice. Alright, interesting encounter. Alright, let's see here. Alright, last one is Last Tiana. Leads a Bombardier. This thing also has Stealth Rocks. But I think that's fine. We can just lead open with Golem. Golem would probably bait... probably Orthoworm for Earthquake. Let's see, we could probably just pivot through... Superior into Delphox for the KO. And then I think we just sweep from there. Yeah. Let's see. Pretty toxic. Pretty toxic. Switch. Alright, let's go last Tiana. Bombardier. We're gonna try to go for the Rock Blast KO here. He probably is gonna set up Stealth Rocks. Yep. Alright, perfect. Should always be Orthoworm. He's probably gonna go for Earthquake. We could pivot through Superior. Or set of Spikes, that's fine too. Now I should always go for Steel Beam. Which we just go to Delphox. We ignore all the spikes. And we eat this Steel Beam. KO with Mystical Fire. And then I think we, majority of the time, can just sweep from here. With Mystical Fires, yeah. Yeah, because after the Hypno, we sweep the rest of the team. Because it's Ariados, we KO. Beautifly, we should also just KO. Cool. And we get the loaded dice. That's gonna be great on Ambipom. Ambipom or Golem. Yeah, let's just give it to him right away. Alright, so now we get some more encounters. Got Petalburg. Yeah, we definitely still do grass. We got the Morpeko the last time. I would love to see that again. Either that or Nimble. Yeah, so let's... Let's get our grass encounter. Alright, Inkay, no more Pekko this time. But we do get Mega Malamar in this game. Uh-oh. Probably switch here. Dang, this thing is hard to catch. There we go. Alright, Malamar. Go with Tangier. Alright, cool. Now let's get the encounter down here. Let's see. Helioptile, interesting. Take that. Heliolisk. Let's go with Pyro. Cool. Alright, let's check these guys out here. Inkay does get Contrary. That is very interesting. With pretty good IVs, wow. Alright, so this is a guy. Helioptile. Oh, we got Sandvale. Calm Nature. Decent special attack, though. I feel like that's the worst. I think Dry Skin would have been way better. Solar Raiders, what's up, bros? Good to see you again. How's everything going? Hope you're having a good day today. Alright, let's get everyone leveled up here. Swagger, no. Psywave? No. Topsy-turvy, sure. Let's see, hypnosis. Sure. Oh, I appreciate you popping in even for a little bit. I just kind of got a little tired of resetting. So, I also wasn't really enjoying the game too much, because Platinum Kaizo definitely seems like a game where you just have to reset a ton to get the right encounters to get a decent run going. So I kind of got sick of. I'll probably return back to it, but I also wanted to play this game a lot, so. Yeah, because this one has a lot more encounters available. So I don't feel like I need to reset pretty much. I can just start a new attempt. Let's see, a light screen. I think I'm okay with that. Topsy-turvy is it's a very niche move. Yeah, I mean, like, right now, that's definitely the game that's, like, the most popular to Nuzlocke. Like, all the top Nuzlockers are streaming that game. But, yeah, I also just don't think my skill level is, like, up to par yet. I feel like I need to work my way up to something like that, because I've never actually played a Kaizo game. I've only played, like, other difficulty ROM hacks, like Inclement Emeralds, Run and Bun. And the Kaizo games are designed completely differently from other games. They're intentionally designed to be as annoying as possible. Which, I think, in my opinion, I think the Platinum Kaizo definitely goes a little overboard on the BS. Let's see, Simple Beam. Simple Beam, that could be interesting. Nah. Pluck. No. Okay. Alright, let's get Helioptile here. Let's see, Mud Slap. Sure. Quick Attack. Razor Wind. Interesting. It's a two-turn move, though. I don't think I'm a big fan of that. Parabolic Charge, though. That's the big one. Let's get that. T-Wave. I feel like that's pretty useful. Oh, this thing gets Surf. That's pretty interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, I kind of want that. Let's do that. Oh, so this thing doesn't. Let's see, when does this thing evolve? Let's see. Helioptile evolves with a sunstone. Okay. Do I have access to sunstones yet? Yeah, I do. Nice. Let's go grab that really quick. Get some potions. And sunstone. And let's evolve. You to a Heliolisk. Cool. Alright, cool. Let's progress the story bits. Just get through this really quick. And the next 3 fights are a gauntlet, and I want to do the grass encounter, so I have to prepare for that now. So let's get our guys in here. Alright, so we got Eradicate Alola with a Dark Gem Sucker Punch. But we could just one-shot it with Breloom. This would probably bait Eradicate, I'm assuming. I think we could just use Golem for this. And then that just leaves a Purret. Which we can just wrap up with our other guys here, probably Delphox. So that fight looks pretty easy. Let's see, we got Puku Muku, though. And this thing can switch AI into something. This thing has counter as well, so I gotta be careful with that. I think we just bring Heliolisk. And then probably try to predict the switch into Pincurchin. This guy... Let's see, we could probably just use... So we don't have any ground types yet. Yeah, we'll bring Ambipom. see. Azumarill, though, is a little threatening. Who should I use for this? This is Sap Sipper with a Wakan Berry. It's pretty threatening. It's also got Perish Song. I think I gotta use Ambipom. Probably. What am I going to use for the Gyarados, though? Probably just Heliolisk as well. Let's see, what about the last guy, though? For the Clefable. Could probably bring... Yeah, probably just Delphox. I think it has to be Heliolisk for a majority of this fight. What about this guy? Yeah, we could just bring Serperior as a backup as well. That should be fine. So let's get Ambipom. And I think that should be fine. Yeah, and then we'll... Don't forget to pre-toxic these two. Thank you. Before going in. Alright, this should be fine. So let's go ahead and do the gauntlet here. And we have plenty of healing potions. potions, yeah. Alright, let's do it. Mr. Suede. This guy's just got Sucker Punch Last Resort. We're gonna eat the Sucker Punch and one shot with a Mach Punch. Alright, this will bring in Eradicate for Retaliate. We just go Alolan Golem. Go for Rock Blast as he goes for Last Resort. It's a big crit. Alright, then this just leaves a Furret, who is probably gonna go for Power Punch. But I think we could just go to Delphox here. Alright, and we could just KO with 2 Mystical Fires. Oh, big crit. I'll take that. Alright, cool. Hey, what's up, Sauce Man? Appreciate you commenting. Appreciate the engagement there, bro. Hope you have a good day today. Alright, let's get everyone build up here. So for the next one, I believe we were just gonna do Pyukumuku lead. Yeah. So let me give let's give the loaded dice to Golem. Let's give berry juices give a Person Berry to Superior for the confusion. And we'll bring Heliolisk up front. Alright. Fisherman Darien. Got a little tricky set with the Pyukumuku here. We'll start with a Parabolic Charge, as it's probably going to either counter or set up. So counter. Right, I'm gonna try to predict the switch here and go for a Surf. Yeah, because he's gonna go Pincurchin. then Pincurchin, we can... It's probably gonna go for a Pin Missile. So I think we could just go to Alolan Golem. Yep. And go for Rock Blast. Alright, cool. Let's see, this brings in Love Disc, who should be going for Hydro Pump. So we're gonna go to Superior. Let's see. And Hydro. Go for the Leaf Blade. Let's see, can we KO with Giga Drain actually? No. Yeah, let's just go for Leaf Blade. Alright, cool. This brings in a Azumarill with Sap Sipper, which is a little scary. It also has Perish Song Whirlpool. But ideally, he just goes for a Draining Kiss here. We're gonna swap to Heliolisk again. Yeah, there's the Whirlpool. That's really scary because he has Perish Song. So we just need to try to KO this thing. Do we Fury Impulse first? I think we do, yeah. Yeah, because there's the Perish Song. The KO in 2 turns. Oh, I should have just attacked, actually. So now we can KO. Oh, it doesn't KO? Oh no. Aw, man. How did that not KO? Oh, now we can't switch out. Oh. Yeah, we can. Oh. I guess that works. Alright, so we come back in. And it's just a Gyarados. We can go back here on a D-Rage, and then just Parabolic Charge. And then this just leaves the Pyukumuku left. We could just wrap up with. Perfect. Yep, inwards out, perfectly fine. Alright, cool. Let's heal up everybody. A little scary there with the Whirlpool, but good thing I think we got freed just on time. Alright, now the last fight in the gauntlet. Let's see. Delcatty lead. I think we could just probably lead with Ambipom. This would probably bait... Probably... Togetic? Yeah. I think Ambipom lead is perfectly safe here. Alright, Cindy. Starts with a Delcatty. We can just KO with a Fake Out into Fury Swipe. What? Am I not holding the loaded dice? Oh no, I switched it to... Oh yeah, that's right, I did switch it. That's fine. Yeah, Togetic comes in. Definitely need to switch now. Let's see. I think we could just go... This thing is a male, so it can use Attract. I think we could just go Delphox here. Yeah, T-Wave 2. We can go for Mystical Fires. That's Air Slash. Air Slash. Perfectly fine. Fable comes in. This is the scary one. I think we just go for Mystical Fires here as well. Sweet Kiss, we're confused. I didn't equip a person, that was a mistake. Should be fine. I think we could stay in for one more. Nice. Snap out. Very nice. Yeah, this just leaves Kricketune, who I think doesn't have any priority. We can just one-shot with Mystical Fire. Alright, nice. Very nice. Now we got 2 new encounters. We're gonna fish on 104 and then get our Petalburg encounter. Petalburg Woods, I should say. So let's start with our encounter here. Go Super Rod. Let's see what we get here. Alright, Clauncher. We'll take a Clauncher, I guess. We just needed another water type. Howitzer. Let's go with Oslo. Alright, cool. Let's get our Petalburg Woods encounter. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, Tangela! Got this guy again. This guy is really good. Glad to get this guy back. what did we name Tangela again? Yeah, Mana. Nice. Let's see, I got regenerator on it last time too. It'd be cool if we kept that. Red card. Alright, let's check out these guys. Let's see, we got Mega Launcher Hasty. Alright, that's pretty good. Low special attack though. But I think that's fine. And then this guy. We got Regenerator again, cool. With just average stats. 31 HP though is really good. 25 special, defense too. Yeah, these are a couple guys here. Definitely have to take that. Alright, let's level them up here. Pounce. Bubble Beam. Crab Hammer. Water Pulse. This gets boosted by Mega Launcher. And we get Clowitzer. Mega Drain. Knockoff. Stun Spore. Natural Gift. Giga Drain. AP. Alright, cool. Alrighty. Looking pretty nice here. Let's get these guys in the cup. Nuzlocke Enjoyer, what's up in the... Appreciate the follow there. Much appreciated, bro. Appreciate you popping in. Alright, let's update this here. We got the Petalburg Woods fights now. Let's see. See, I think we could lead with Ambipom. Wait, no, this thing has Shield Dust. Right, so this thing can't get faked out. And this thing has powder, so I can't use a... I can't use a fire type move. Let's see, I could just, Heliolisk has a 87% chance to KO. I think that should be fine. Let's see, Heliolisk would bait... probably Watchog Retaliate. And then we can just use... We can shift through Golem into... probably... let's see. Let's see, why is it... Where's my Breloom? Why is my Breloom not in the calc here? Hold up. Where's my Breloom at? Let me try updating it again here. Where's my Breloom? Why isn't he popping up here? That's really weird. Yeah, he's not popping up in my box here. It's really strange. No, he's not dead. He didn't die. He's alive. Why did I say he was dead? I guess that was just a glitch. Yo, what's up, Vino, in the chat? Appreciate you popping in. Hope you're having a good day today. For some reason, it's saying that Breloom is dead, but he's definitely not dead. I need him in the calc here. Let's see, what if I just put him in the box? This is strange. Yeah, no, he's not popping up at all. Why is he... Yeah, he's not... It's so weird. He's in my box, but he's not popping up in my showed box here. It's very weird. I mean, I probably don't need him for this fight, but... Oh yeah, I think it's something got glitched in my... It's saying that Breloom died instead of Mischief. See. There we go. Alright, that should work. That should work now, I think. Hopefully. There we go. Alright. Got it fixed. So go to you. Let's see, I think we could go... Yeah, I think we could go. We can bring Malamar. We can bring Ambipom. We got Diplin. Would be good to bring for Diplin. Probably just maybe Delphox or let's see. Probably Swanna actually. I could bring Delphox for let's see. Yeah, Delphox for Dunsparce. Either that or Clawitzer. So yeah, I think Delphox should be fine. Let's bring Clawitzer just in case. Yeah. Alright. So let's get Swanna. Let's get Malamar. And let's get Heliolisk. Alright. Let's go. Let's see. Berry juice for you. And for you, I guess, as well. Let's get Asperberry. I don't know, Chestoberry. To you. Let's give a Cherry Berry to you. And a Cherry Berry to you. And that should be good. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and take on this guy. Fights in here are a little scary. This is where the difficulty starts to ramp up a bit. Right, we have a pretty good chance at one-shotting this with Parabolic Charge. So hopefully we get that here. Nice. So bring in Watchhog for Retaliate. And then pivot through Golem. Let's see, are we dead to low kick crits? We're only dead to max roll, and you can hypnosis on this turn. So it's probably good to try to go for a Rock Tomb here. Yeah. Because of that, so now we can't hypnosis on the switch to Malamar here. For the low kick, and then foul play. 2 foul plays will always KO. Let's see, are we dead to foul play crit from here? Max rolls. Yeah, no, we're fine. Okay, hypnosis, we have Chesto. Nice. This will bring in Diplin. He's probably gonna go for Infestation. So I think we just swap straight to Swanna here. Dragon Breath, that's fine. Two Air Slashes will KO. And we get the flinch, nice. And this just leaves a Dunsparce, who is either gonna glare or headbutt. But we can just go to... Let's see. Let's start with Clawitzer first. Glare, we have Cherry Berry. So we can go for a Water Pulse. There's another Glare. So now we swap to Ambipom to wrap up from here. Alright, not too bad. Yeah, the Dunsparce. The Dunsparce is actually available in this game, funnily enough. Alright, next fight. We have a Effect Spore, Rocky Helmet, Parasect lead. We have a few options for that. So you can one shot with a Delphox here. Delphox would probably bait Chansey? But we have a few options for that. I think if we go Apom, we can just probably sweep from there. Yeah. This fight should be pretty straightforward. Bro, why are you hating on the Delphox, bro? Delphox is cool. Yeah, this should be fine. I mean, Furo's cool. Not knocking Furo, but I like Delphox. It's toxic. This should be perfectly fine. Alright, so let's go. Get the big roots. Next trainer should be just up here. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Bugcatcher James. Get a Parasect lead. You can just one-shot this with a Mystical Fire. This brings in Farfetch'd, actually. That's interesting. It's probably going to Night Slash, I'm assuming. Let's see. Night Slash crits doesn't KO us. So I think we could just slow we can teleport into Ambipom. Yep. Free switch. We can just KO this with Fake Out into Fury Swipes. So bring in Beedrill, which we also just, I think, KO with Fury Swipes. Loaded Dice. Yep. And then Chansey we also just KO with Fury Swipes. Alright, nice. Pretty easy. The last fight here, though, is a little scary. Yeah, the Wishy-Washy is really scary on this team. learned from last time that it doesn't revert back to it doesn't revert from schooling form until the end of the turn. So that's really important to know here. Yeah, schooling Wishy-Washy just does a ton of damage. Although I think Malamar's probably a pretty good lead for this. Let's see. See, I could also overgrow. I can do overgrow superior, I think. Oh yeah, that works. Yeah, overgrow superior can one-shot the Wishy-Washy. That would probably bait. Looks like Toad Scroll. This is the only thing that's faster and can one-shot for Sludge Bomb. Let's see, Toad Scroll, we could go... Let's see. I think we could probably just go, I think Ambipom, Loaded Dice, fake out into Fury Swipe should always KO. Yeah. See, I could also use could also maybe use Talonflame. Okay, I think I got the line here. We lead Superior and Overgrow to one-shot the Wishy-Washy. For pre-damage to bait a fast KO with Sludge Bomb on Toadskrull. We pivot through Salazzle to bait Earth Power. No. We pivot through Celio to bait, and we pre-damage so that we can bait a Grass Knot into Ambipom, KO with Fake Out plus Loaded Dice, Fury Swipes. Which should bait in order, because we show fast KOs on both. So it should always be Chatot, which we can just go to Heliolisk, which then goes to Girafarig, and we can bring in Malamar as a backup for that. Yeah, that seems pretty clean. Let's try that. So bring you, we'll bring you, and we'll bring you. Alright, and then we just pre-damage to 38 on Superior. This will be an Overgrow. We will pre-sleep Celio. And then I will put let's see. I will put a Chesto on Malamar. And this should be a pretty clean line here. So let's go execute. Yeah, the wishy-washy schooling is pretty scary on this grunt. But Superior kind of stomps on it. I guess I could also put... We also have the... Where is it? The Big Root? I could give that to Heliolisk. Alright, let's try this. Alright, Aqua Grunt. So this guy leads a pretty scary wishy-washy schooling, which has crazy stats, but superior and overgrow. Should be faster and always be able to one-shot with a leaf blade. So we'll start with that. Nice. It should always bait in Toad Scroll, because it's the only thing that's faster and sees a guaranteed KO with only Sludge Bomb. So we're gonna pivot through Celio on the Sludge Bomb here. Perfect. And then Celio's asleep so that Toad Scroll won't go for a Spore on this turn. He'll go for highest damage Grass Knot into my Ambipom. Yep, just like that. And then we'll Fake Out. And then Loaded Dice, Technician Fury Swipe should always KO from here. Good. This will bring in Chatot, because we bait in order now. We show possible KO on Chatot with Fury Swipes, but it's not guaranteed. So instead, we're going to swap to Heliolisk on most likely a Hyper Voice. Yep. And then we can just one-shot with a Parabolic Charge. This will leave a Girafarig last, which does have Hypnosis. So we don't want to swap yet. We're going to stay in for a turn and attack. Probably with... I don't think it really matters. We'll just go for Parabolic Charge. Or actually, is it worth just going for Eerie Impulse here? Let me see. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. Actually, no, it does, because if it does attack, we'll restore more HP. So let's Eerie Impulse here. Okay, Hypnosis. Alright, so we account for that. Now I want Hypnosis on the swap to Malamar here. Goes for double kick. And then we just one-shot with Foul Play. Alright, very nice. Looking pretty good so far. Let's see, we get some citrus berries up here. Get the ability shield. Get some Cheelon berries here. Alright. Now we just have a few more fights until we make it to Rustboro. So we can take a look at those fights here. First one is a Focus Sash Magcargo. my golem wasn't minimum defense, we would have outsped this. Let me see. What's the scoring on Sunny Day? Let's see. Sunny Day is +2 or +3 if holding an item that extends, which this one doesn't. So it should always go for a slow KO over setting up Sun. So we could we could try doing pre-damage fake out to bait Lava Plume into a few things here. Probably Delphox, I'm assuming. We can KO with Scorching Sands. This would probably bait some Flora, I'm assuming. And we can go from there. But let me see. I'm gonna go use the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, what up, what up? Let's see. Is it Kone or Cone? What's up in the chat? Appreciate you popping in. Hope you're having a good day today. Alright, so let's see. Let's look at this again here. Let's see if we can go. So if we use Delphox to KO, it would probably bait Sunflora, I'm assuming. Or it actually might bait Diggersby. Because it's slower but out damages. Or most likely Magnitude or Bulldoze. Let's see, if that's the case... I think we can just go... Swanna. It's a pretty good matchup into it. Swanna would probably bait... Sawsbuck. And Sawsbuck is a little dangerous, but I think Delphox slash Salazzle would be good picks for it. And then Sunflora. I think Talonflame is probably a good pick for this as well. Yeah. So I think that should be fine. So let's bring Swanna. Let's bring Delphox. Let's bring Salazzle. And Talonflame. Although, if I'm going to use Delphox for the KO on Magcargo, that'd be less ideal, because I'd want to save as much XP on the Sawsbuck as possible. I think it should be fine. We could work around it. I think we could just give... we can just give berry juices to everybody. For some insurance. Actually, looking at this again, there gives me have this citrus berry. I might want to actually use... that citrus berry cheek pouch, which will restore quite a bit of HP. Maybe I go Breloom, actually. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Yeah, because Toxic Heal is gonna help us a lot with this. Yeah, Swana's probably not the best bring here in actuality, so let's bring Superior instead. Or let's bring Clawitzer instead. Or let's bring Superior instead. Let's try that. Alright, so for the Magcargo, we want to pre-damage Ambipom to be at 49 HP to show KO. Hopefully this works, otherwise might be in a little bit of trouble, but we can work with it. It should be the mid-roll where it shows KO. I never updated the death counter here. Let me change that really quick. that should be good. Alright, cool. Take this guy on. Just triple check again. Got 49. Alright, let's do this. Alright, Rich Boy Winston. This guy leads Gary. It's a my cargo that is holding a focus sash and has Sunny Day, which it wants to set up. So to try to prevent that, we are going to fake out first to break the focus sash. And we should be pre-damaged so that Gary here should always go for Lava Plume for the KO rather than setting up. So hopefully it does that into my Delphox here. Yep, perfect. And then now we can get the KO with Scorching Sands. So Sun's not up. This brings in Diggersby for either Magnitude or Bulldoze. I think I'd probably prefer Bulldoze here. We're gonna go to Breloom here. Yeah, Bulldoze, perfect. We're already slower, so we don't worry about that. And we can go for Mach Punch to outspeed and damage. It's gonna go for Fire Punches. But we can't get burned because of the poison. So we'll just go for 2 more Mach Punches. And Poison Heal is a super broken ability. Alright, this baits in Sunflora, which is gonna go for... looks like... let's see, it's Solar Beam is highest damage, but it's a 2-turn move. So I don't know if the AI wants to go for that necessarily. Either way, I think we could just pivot to Talonflame to 1v1. Okay, so it goes for Growth instead. That's perfectly fine. We KO with 2 Aerial Aces. Just neutral damage, Weather Ball. This will bring in Sawsbuck, though. This thing is pretty scary. And it's most likely going to go for Wild Charge here. So I think we pivot through Breloom here. Or we could pivot through Superior, actually. On the Wild Charge, yeah. Let's see. We could also go... let's go for Loom here first. See what it goes for. Yeah, Wild Charge. Eat that. Let's see, are we dead to Jump Kick crits? Jump Kick crit gets 58. No, we're perfectly fine. We could just go for Mach Punches. Oh, big crit. Yeah. Easy. Easy peasy. Alright, the next fight, though, is gonna be much more difficult. We have a pretty awkward double battle. A true double battle, nonetheless. Which I horribly messed up my first attempt on. But I think we have better options here. Because I think we could lead Delphox and Salazzle. Yeah, we can lead, because Salazzle will outspeed the Grookey, and we can prioritize our fake out against it. And then try to take out the Poiple. And then we could probably get the double KO on the next turn. And then I think we could probably just sweep from there, actually. See. We can bring... bring Tingle as a backup. We can bring... we don't have much options here. As backups. I guess Superior. And Apom, maybe. Yeah, but on the first turn, we should be able to fake out the Grookey. Deal a lot of damage on the Poiple the first turn. You'll most likely want to Acupressure, which I think we would be perfectly fine with unless it gets a speed boost, which I think even then should still be fine, because then we can pick up the double KO. Grookey doesn't have Grassy Glide. And then, if we get the double KO, Salazzle can one-shot the... well, actually, I always forget that Shionic has Illuminate here. But that should still be fine. I think we could just double up on the Leafeon, and then double up on the Shionic, and I can just give Salazzle a Chesto Berry. Yeah, I think that should work. Let's try it. bring you as a backup. Over... I guess over you. Okay, so bring you guys up front. Let's give Chesto Berry to Salazzle. And I guess we'll give berry juices to everybody else. Alright, and then re-toxic you. Alright, so this should be a lot more smooth than the first attempt here. And I did calculate everything with grassy terrain on. Alright, let's see if this works, actually. Alright, let's do this. Alright, Gina and Mia, true double battle here. Let's see, they lead a Poiple and a Grookey. And Grookey sets up the grassy terrain. The way this fight works is that Grookey has fake outs and Poiple is holding a... what's it called? Covert Cloak? So... Grookey's gonna go for fake out, and you can't fake out the Poiple because of the Covert Cloak. And the Poiple has Acupressure to raise its stats. So what we're gonna try to do here, Salazzle also has fake out, and because we're faster than Grookey, we should be able to outspeed and fake out, preventing it from using fake out. And then we're just going to go for a big Psybeam on the Poiple here, as he's most likely going to just Acupressure. Anything but a speed raise would be perfectly fine here. So let's try that. Psybeam. Yeah, there's the Acupressure. Yeah, so the special defense rose, which is perfectly fine. Because I think another Psybeam should still always KO. +2 Split F. Even after, yeah. So from here we can pick up the double KO. We will... let's see. Yeah, we will Venoshock the Grookey and Psybeam the Poiple. Perfect. This will leave in just Leafeon and Shionic. Shionic does have Illuminate, which lowers our special attack. So now we don't see one-shots into them, but it should still be fine. Because... Shionic doesn't do that much damage to us, but the Leafeon does, because it has Grassy Glide, Choice Banded, which has priority. So we're just going to double up into the Leafeon side. with a Flame Burst plus Mystical Fire combo into the Leafeon slot to ensure the double KO here. Okay, Grassy Glide, Flame Burst, Energy Ball. Yeah, we eat that. And then we also had Chesto on Salazzle in case it went for Spore. So now I believe we can just 1v1 the Salazzle. 1v1 or 2v1 the Chionic with a Venoshock plus Mystical Fire. Alright, very nice. Way cleaner than attempt 1. Starting to get the hang of the new mechanics here. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with Gen 9, so... Still has a bit of a learning curve to it. Now we just have one more fight until we get to Rustboro. And this one shouldn't be too bad. I think we could just lead Cast Form. Which will probably bait Quillfish, if I'm correct. For Flip Turn. Could probably Flip Turn. Yeah, we could go to Tangle on a Flip Turn to bait Ice Beam from Seadra back into Heliolisk Parabolic Charge for the KO. So bring in Quillfish again, most likely. Can bring Superior's pretty busted into this. But then, who am I dealing with? I could probably just bring... I think Clawitzer is a good bring. Also bring Swanna, probably. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, so that should be good here. So let's get Clawitzer. Get Heliolisk. And let's get Swanna. Alright, we want a Cherry Berry for Superior. Actually, no. We want... We want Cherry Berry on Swanna and Clawitzer. We can put the... Let's see, where's the big roots? We can give that to Superior. We'll give Asperberry for Heliolisk. And that should be good. Alright, let's go do this here. And then after this fight, I'll probably do my encounters and then probably call it there for today. Because I think I want to try to cook a little bit longer for the Roxanne gym fights. Last time was a disaster. Alright, this should be good to go. Let's do this. Fisherman Ivan. Alright, Pelipper. It's gonna set up Drizzle for 5 turns. We're just gonna start off by one-shotting this with Parabolic Charge. This should bring in Quillfish, most likely. Yeah. Quillfish, Swift Swim. It's just gonna go for Flip Turn here for highest damage. So we're gonna go to Tangela on the Flip Turn here. And this should bring in Seadra. We should always see a KO with Ice Beam. So we go back to Heliolisk with a Asperberry to cover for the freeze. And this is Sniper Crit, not Swift Swim, so we are faster. And we just one-shot with another Parabolic Charge. This will bring in Quillfish back. So again, we can Flip Turn. Into... We'll Flip Turn into... take the Flip Turn with Superior now. This will bring in Cast Form. This will be Rain Form, which means this also has Rain Dance, which will most likely set up here. We'll go for Giga Drain first for heal. Weather Ball's perfectly fine. If he keeps going for that, we'll eventually win. Yep. There's the Rain Dance. Pick up the KO. That goes down. This brings in Qwilfish last, which will now be wanting to go for Sludge Bomb. So I think we go... Yeah, I think we pivot through... Yeah, we pivot through Heliolisk on the incoming Sludge Bomb. Or T-Wave, that works too. Now he's gonna flip turn. We'll go to Clowitzer. Alright. Now we can go for Water Pulse boosted in the rain here. We have Cherry Berry for the Thunder Wave. Rain stopped, so we go again. Let's see, are we dead to Sludge Bomb crit from here? Sludge Bomb crit deals 42 on the max roll. I think from here, since the rain's no longer up, he also might just, he might also still just Thunder Wave. But that's fine. We can pivot through Ambipom. Yeah, there's T-Wave. So now we could go Swanna on another flip turn. And then now we can pick up the KO with a Air Slash. Alright, nice. Not bad at all. Alright, made it back to Rustboro. With no deaths except for the Mastiff. Pawnless, what's up in the chat? Appreciate you popping in. Hope you're having a good day today. Let's grab our items here. This is a playthrough. I'm doing a hardcore Nuzlocke. This is a new ROM hack called Pokemon Null. So I'm doing a Nuzlocke playthrough. I'm actually about to wrap up pretty soon, but I do have 3 new encounters that I'm gonna get before I end. I think I have 3. Yeah. Yeah, we have Rustboro City, Rustboro Grove, and then Route 115. So we'll do all 3 of those encounters, and then I'll probably call it there for today. So let's go ahead and get these encounters. Let's see, we have the Grove here. Grove has nothing crazy. It has all the Meowth forms and then others. It's a guaranteed cat. Looks like. Plus Pikachu. I would very ideally like to see not the Alolan, but the other Meowth form. So let's just see what we get here. Hey, nice, we got it. Galarian Meowth. That's the one we wanted. Perfect. Very nice. Berserker is a really cool Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon, my favorite one overall is Dragonite. I love that big guy. Kikumuku is a very interesting Pokemon as well. It's not a commonly liked one. Let's go with Bergen. Alright, very cool. Now, Rustboro City itself has a guaranteed fighting type. So let's see what we get here. Oh, we got Minky again. Got this guy the last time. Oh, this is Vital Spirit. Oh, that means it's not an Inner Focus. That should be fine, though. Alright, well, this thing will also eventually become Annihilate. Let's see, what did I name this guy? Tbilisi. Alright, I guess we'll take that. Oh, we could have gone a Phalanx, that would have been really cool. Favorite moveset? I mean, it depends on the game and what it has access to. I think Dragon Dance, usually Dragon Dance sets are pretty cool. Extreme Speed is always a very nice one. Also drop a Draco Meteor. Alright. Now we're gonna fish up here for a guaranteed water rock type. Last time we got Kabutops. So let's see what we get this time. Let's see. Ooh, Relicanth. Very interesting. It's very interesting indeed. try some Great Balls on this. This thing has pretty low catch rate. Oh, never mind. Haven't used a Relicanth in a while. Let's name you Dunedin. Dunedin. Alright, nice. Let's go check out the abilities and IVs on these guys. Alright, Berserk. Galarian Meowth, Battle Armor, nice. Naive Nature. 30 defense, 22 HP, that is pretty nice. Minimum Spadef though. But we definitely take that. Let's see, Careful. It's pretty good. 0 attack, 4 speed though. It's pretty bad. And then Relicanth, Battle Armor, Neutral, less than that. 29 HP is pretty good. 20 special. We'll take it. We got a battle and we got 2 Battle Armor Mons, which is pretty nice. Let's level these guys up here. We look at yeah, Meowth keeps Battle Armor as it evolves, which is pretty nice. Steel type for Roxanne Gym is also pretty good too. And then Mankey. Evolves at once you get into Mount Higher, which isn't until a lot later. Let's level these guys up here. Rock Tomb, Ancient Power, Dive, Yawn. That's pretty interesting. Alright, cool. Pursuit. Seismic Toss. I think we keep this time. Swagger. Cross Chop. Cross Chop failed me the last time. Assurance. Punishment. Shadow Ball. Or Or Shadow Punch, I should say. No. We'll save that for later. Alright, cool. Metal Claw. Taunt? Oh, this gets Taunt. That's interesting. Swagger. Berserker. Fury Swipes. And I guess Breach. That's pretty interesting. Sure. And Slash. Alright, I think that's good. Alright. I like this box so far. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there for today. We'll call it there. Got some good progress going. Next time I come back, we'll check out Roxanne's gym, see if we can get the run back. But I appreciate everyone who tuned in. Wish everyone a great rest of their day. I'll see everyone.